It is the big day today, FA Cup final, and it is between Manchester City and Wigan. So there seems to be an overwhelming favourite in this tie, and that is of course Manchester City, who have far better squad. To be honest, they're at the completely different ends of the table. Wigan, it looks like they're going to get relegated. Man City, although they've not won the Barclays Premier League title, they are second and sitting there quite comfortably at the moment. So let's talk about Wigan. And what an achievement this is. Even if we don't win the FA Cup, I feel that they've done so well to get to the final. And considering the circumstances they are under, they could get it's looking like they will get relegated in the Premiership. So to get into the FA Cup final is pretty special. Now, some teams did underperform, like Manchester United. You could say should have went through, should have buried it against Chelsea. You could say Arsenal, they definitely could have done better when they got knocked out by Blackburn. So there's a few teams that never really performed, but you still can't really sort of take away from Wigan how well they have done to get to this final. Now, talking about Manchester City, this will be the only title they could win because, let's face it, they've been very bad in the Barclays Premier League. They've just, although they are second, they've just not challenged Manchester United hard enough, and there's now a gap of 10 points between them. So they just never really did that well. In Europe, for the second season running, they've just been really, really poor. Now, fair enough, they're in a group that was really hard, but they should be beating Ajax. They should at least have got third in that group. So, again, it was a poor campaign, and for a team they've got, it's very disappointing to see that they couldn't even get into Europa, finishing third. So they've not done well at all. But this final, surely they'll win it. They've got the better team, and I'm sure all the players will be wanting to prove something to the fans and the critics that they will get a trophy, and you can definitely see them lifting this FA Cup trophy when the time comes. So Wigan, let's be honest, if I was in Wigan's shoes, right, I know there's quite a lot of shoes in the whole Wigan team, but if I was in Martinez's shoes, I would rather Premier League survival than actually winning a trophy. Now, people might sort of say, well, a trophy is really special, it's really important or whatever, but let's just face the facts. I think you will get more money staying in the Premiership. Plus, the Premiership, one of the best leagues in the world, and although it's, Wigan to win the FA Cup, it might never happen again, or at least for a very long time. So it's a sort of once in a lifetime type of thing for the players, this FA Cup. But Premier League survival, I would definitely rather that. So it's going to be mixed. If Wigan win it, then that's good for them. But I just feel that they would rather get that Premier League survival. I definitely would as well. And I'm sure if you guys want to leave a comment about that, whether you would rather win the FA Cup or stay in the Barclays Premier League. As I said, I think nothing really competes to staying in the Premiership. So this could be a parting gift for Roberto Martinez and also Mancini, but personally I think Mancini will stay at Man City for another summer to come, another sort of season. But anything can sort of happen in football. Mancini could get sacked in the next 24 hours or something. But I personally think if Mancini wins this trophy, then he will definitely stay. I don't think if he doesn't win it, I think he'll still stay at Man City. He'll still get another year. But Martinez, he could be off to Everton. So although Wigan could get relegated, which is not that good, obviously, Martinez could win them a trophy, and they could be very grateful for that. So if Martinez goes to Everton, this trophy could really be the sort of last goodbye for Martinez. This could be the sort of big goodbye, and what a way to say goodbye. You're sort of trying to weigh up a trophy over relegation, as I was saying earlier. But if he does win the trophy, then that will be a nice sort of thing to do if he does end up going to Everton, or maybe another club for that matter. So Manchester City, I'm going for the win. If you asked me what result it would be, I'd probably say maybe I could see Wigan maybe getting a goal. I'd probably say 3-1. I can't see it going to extra time, although I would like to see that. I think, the longer it goes on, the sort of better it would seem in FA Cup finals and just finals in general. So I would like to see it go to extra time, but I can't see it. I think it's going to end 3-1. Don't quote me on that. If you put a bet on 3-1 that's wrong, then it wasn't me. But yeah, Man City to win, although Wigan, when they're playing well, they can literally win Europe. They can beat any team when they're playing well. They had a pretty shocking result against Swansea. I mean, Swansea are a good team, but the defending when they're up, when they're in the lead and then they're just defending like that, and they definitely can't defend how they defended against Swansea against Man City. So the Swansea result will be a blow for Martinez's side. But I think Man City will win, although Wigan can sort of pull off a shock. So if we want to look at some of the odds of like the win and stuff, so to lift the trophy I'm using William Hill for less. Of course the odds will differ on different websites, but I just thought I'd go for William Hill just to show you the odds. So Man City to lift the trophy, as you can see on the screen, is far superior to Wigan 7-2. If you put a bet on Man City winning, you're not going to get as much as what you would get on Wigan. So I would say it is Man City's trophy, but I'd like to be proven wrong. I'd like to see Martinez lift the trophy. So I hope I am wrong. I hope that Man City get beat, because it would be nice to see the sort of underdog, because in the Capital One Cup final you saw the underdog get totally killed. They turned up and they shouldn't really have turned up, to be honest. They should have just got the sort of second place medal, if you like, and just left before the game even started. But I would like to see the underdog do well. Now in the comments below, tell me who you think will win, and any sort of comment on any of the teams or something would be appreciated. So Man City win, and I want to thank you guys for watching. So until my next video, I'll see you later. Goodbye.